Welcome, everyone, to the 2022 Masters Preview Show. I'm Paul Scott with my good friend, Matt Berkey. Matt, how are you doing, my man?
Excited for some golf, Paul. It's Masters Week. Let's go.
Let's go. So excited. Want to give a quick shout out, Matt, to all the people who played with us at the end of last season with the Ryder Cup Challenge, the Olympic Challenge, but super excited to the granddaddy of them all, the Masters. So why don't you first, Matt, why don't you just let us know? I know we got something we're unveiling tonight before we get into the Masters talks. Why don't you give it to us right now?
Let's talk about it. So have you ever, I'm talking to you, watching from your home right now. Have you ever been on a Sunday and you're out of the Fore Fathers Challenge and you're like, why does this matter anymore? I'm at the bottom of the leaderboard. Well, no more does that happen. You're not bored anymore on Sunday afternoons if you're out of it, because we are unveiling the Fore Fathers Cup. And what the Fore Fathers Cup does is you get points for competing in every challenge, all four of our majors throughout the year. And it's like the FedEx Cup in the PGA Tour, that the higher you finish, the more points you get. And so we'll track points across all four majors, so you make sure you play in all four. And at the end of the year, we will crown a Fore Fathers Cup champion. We ran it in the background, Paul, last year of all of our challenges to make sure that our system was fine-tuned, points were fair, and it was really cool. So we're looking forward to unveiling it this year and keeping track of that and crowning a new champion at the end of the year. So I'm pumped. So it's going to be going. So make sure that you compete in every tournament. And so let's get back. Well, let's talk about the Masters now. We're getting to the Masters.
Absolutely, Matt. Super excited for the Masters. We got a lot of new teams this year, and some of it is due to our sponsor, Tri-State Disability Center. Super happy about having them on board again, sponsoring, so we can provide some prizes for our top finishers this year. So big shout out to Tri-State and all of their people. Check out their link in the app, find out more about them, and we're glad that some of their brokers on board. So Matt, can you just tell us a little bit about some of the popular picks that we have this week?
Well, first, I had a personal struggle when I was choosing my team. I had two teams that I really loved, but I chose 6 Tier 3 players because I thought that would be a little less common of a pick, and it turns out it was. We have Xander Schauffele. 15 people have Xander. And the Tier 2 option of Xander, Brooks, and Spieth are just dominating the field this week. So if those players post some low scores and that the teams use them, we're going to have some jammed leaderboards this weekend.
Absolutely. And that, Matt, is where that tiebreaker comes into play, where, I mean, when you got too many people bunched up, you want to have a good tiebreaker score. Yeah, right now we have about 30 teams in. 15 of those, 50% have Xander, which is just a crazy number. Brooks, I think, has 11 right now. Spieth has about 9. A few other later popular picks. Bubba's pretty popular. Some people have Justin Rose. Just super excited to see how that plays out for all the teams. And we got a lot of fun team names also too. Shout out to Bushwhacker, and we got a Green Jacket team and a lot of other fun name teams out there.
Yeah. You bring up a good point about the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker goes to the top finisher for your first 2 golfers, but then also your second place golfer for each day is a second tiebreaker. So that comes into play. It came into play last year. So that's always exciting. Paul, look at the weather forecast. Thursday and Friday. It looks like some rain and wind. So that's never fun. You saw that in the players this year, that play is delayed and you got to go back. So hopefully that blows over. But then Saturday and Sunday are looking clear for some good golf.
Yeah, and I know your big storyline, Matt, is weather. My big story is I think there's a cat sighting in Augusta. It's the big cat. Tiger is back. Tiger is back. Super excited to see him back. Hopefully he can hold up for 4 rounds. I'm kind of predicting, Matt, he starts off strong 2 rounds, and then he starts to get a little tired and starts to tail off at the end. But I think we have about 4 teams. 4 teams have Tiger right now. We'll see what happens.
Paul, I don't know. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of don't like that Tiger is taking over the spotlight. There are a lot of other great golfers. I'm happy to see him there. But when I talk about Masters this week with my golfing friends, it's all about Tiger. And I'm like, I want to make the conversation about the Fore Fathers Fantasy Golf Challenge, about Tiger. Now we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I was talking to a good friend, texting a good friend of ours, Jacob, and he was, we were talking about how like Tiger could really take the spotlight off of some other guys who are feeling a lot of pressure, like Rory, for example, who could, that could just be what they need to really get that victory this week.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we got our app. Thanks for everyone for your patience. If you had to re-register with that app or whatever you had to do, thanks so much for helping us out with that. You can always use the live leaderboard link, a quick link online where you can just see those top to bottom standings. And we want to give a huge shout out to Steve Thomas for helping us with all the app, everything like that. He's put in a ton of work, and it looks super great. And so we're really excited for that.
Matt, any final thoughts here?
That's it. I'm ready for some golf tomorrow morning.
I'm ready. Thank you, everyone, for joining with us, and we will see you on Sunday.
See you guys.